Thanks for all the late nights. Yeah, wow. I wish there was more behind the scenes footage of this game being developed. Because it's like, yeah, like it's a. I mean, a lot of people worked on it, but it's a relatively like small group of people compared to games these days. What are they all doing nowadays? Um. So before I end this Let's Play, I want to show you the character viewer, because we have unlocked a lot more character models.
Peter Parker's alter ego, the amazing Spider-Man. Spidey's wall crawling and web slinging, combined with his super strength and amazing agility, make old Webhead one of the most spectacular superheroes around.
This isn't the bank.
It's true. Spider-Man's probably my favorite superhero. Okay, Peter Parker.
Our mild-mannered, highly intelligent, sometimes neurotic hero of the game.
He's not neurotic. Black Cat.
Felicia Hardy, also known as the Black Cat, is one of Spidey's few friends who knows his true identity.
First appearance was Amazing Spider-Man issue 194.
Hey, Spider!
She knows Spidey as well as anyone, even his secret identity. Okay, that's pretty cool. Otto.
Now reformed, Dr. Otto Octavius is using his scientific knowledge for the good of humanity.
First appearance was Amazing Spider-Man number 3, so he was one of Spider-Man's first supervillains.
One of Parker's photojournalistic rivals. Brock blames Parker for his bad reputation as a reporter. Add one alien symbiote, and you've got Venom.
Yep. They could make a proper Venom movie where he's just this down on his luck schmuck. You know, maybe he's late for his job all the time. Maybe, you know, he takes pictures but they're not very good. Maybe his love life sucks. Maybe he keeps disappointing close ones around him, but like he doesn't really mean to. Maybe he just has like a lot of bad luck, right? Like a lot of bad things keep happening to him. And then the Venom symbiote just brings him over the edge. Do it so that like you like him before he becomes Venom. And do it in a way where you actually feel like his anger is justified. They haven't done that yet. He wasn't the best in Spider-Man 3, and I don't know what the hell they were going for in the Tom Hardy movies. Like he was a goofball in those movies. He's a goofball in this video game, but like there's no Spider-Man in those movies, so the whole thing just kind of falls flat.
Not too friendly indeed. Doesn't he know that crime doesn't pay, especially with Spidey around? Old JJ is Peter's boss at the Daily Bugle. Unfortunately, one of his main goals in life is to prove that Spider-Man is a menace to the world rather than a hero.
It's actually a pretty good rendition of Jonah. First appearance was...
No, Gargan! No!
That's hilarious. Spider-Man number 1. Wow.
One of Spidey's most powerful enemies. Scorpion's hatred for Spidey is only overshadowed by his hatred for J. Jonah Jameson, the man he blames for getting him stuck in his armored Scorpion suit.
Yeah, so Jonah, I don't know how Jonah did this because Jonah's just a journalist. He's not a scientist. I think he organized a deal
Your
between
time is running out.
Scorpion and this other guy. And he's like, well, if you put the suit on, we'll pay you, but you have to take down Spider-Man.
Nobody will get here in time to save you, Jonah.
But he was voiced by Darren Norris. Darren Norris also voices Venom, Mysterio, Punisher, Johnny Storm, Captain America, and Eddie Brock.
Your time is running out.
Caused by the same accident that blinded him in youth, Matt Murdock's extrasensory powers give him all the advantage he needs to fight crime in the seedy underbelly of New York, otherwise known as Hell's Kitchen.
The voice of Daredevil in this game is the voice of Carnage in this game. They're like polar opposites. Is he going to say anything? Oh well.
Ah, New York's finest.
That looks like a bad guy, man.
Or maybe this is New York's finest. Rhino's thick polymer matted suit gives him his extraordinary strength and makes him virtually impervious to physical harm as well as extremely dangerous.
Spider-Man number 41 was his. Where'd you go? What was Scorpion's first appearance?
One of Spidey's
20.
most powerful enemies.
Okay, Human Torch.
Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, an essential member of the Fantastic Four and also one of Spidey's closest superhero friends.
Yeah, they definitely chose the coolest member of the Fantastic Four for this game.
Easily one of Spider-Man's greatest foes of all time, Venom hates Spider-Man so much that he will do almost anything to ruin his life.
First appearance was $2.99.
Brains, yummy.
Venom does not eat brains. Well, in the movies he does. I don't know. Maybe he does in the comics as well. Why is his character model so zoomed in? He's more zoomed in than Rhino here.
Rhino's thick polymer matted.
Rhino's the bigger guy.
Easily one of Spider-Man's greatest foes of all time. Venom hates Spider-Man so much that he will do almost anything to ruin his life.
They're so stretchy. Like when he opens his mouth, his entire head stretches open. But yeah, he's one of the more recent Spider-Man villains. He's like late 80s. These other guys were what, 60s? But I used to open up the character viewer here and just draw these guys.
Brains, yummy.
Yummy. So cool. Looks so awesome.
Leftovers from one of the lizard's sick experiments, these creatures are both powerful and vicious. Be careful, Spidey.
Maybe they weren't human, but if they weren't human, why do they have six packs? Like, these guys are ripped. So cool.
The lizard, product of a twisted experiment gone wrong.
Spider-Man number 6. Victim of his own genius, Kurt Connors, the man now spends his life as the vicious lizard. Yeah, so he's his transformation is permanent in this game. But you can meet him in the sewer level if you find him. He's more of an Easter egg, which is why we missed him. So awesome. Um, yeah, Sam Raimi was going in order. So he did. Or was he going in order? No, I don't think he was. I don't think Green Goblin was Spider Man's first enemy. But he was doing like. So he did Green Goblin, then he did Doc Ock, who was issue number 3, and then he did Sandman, who is not in this game. And then he was going to do Vulture. He would have worked his way up to Lizard. Because Lizard was only number 6.
Ah, Mary Jane, Peter Parker's lovely wife.
So hot, man. Spider-Man number 42. Yeah, so she was not Spider-Man's first love interest. It was actually Gwen Stacy. But I didn't know that as a kid. Like, I watched the animated series, I played this game, and I watched the Raimi trilogy, so I had no idea who Gwen Stacy was.
Symbiotes. These twisted beasts are so vicious, they could only come from one place.
So cool. And like I love how they used color, you know. He's pink, he's purple. Every game nowadays it's like, oh, we got to make the bad guys either gray or black. But this game has a lot of color, which I like.
Quentin Beck, also known as Mysterio, Master of Illusion.
Number 13. It's crazy how that's the same guy who voices Venom. Completely different voices. Interesting that they mention robotics.
The not-so-reformed mastermind behind this insidious plot, Doc Ock.
That's just great. I love it.
I will crush you like the bug you are.
That's the same voice actor who voiced Alfred in Batman the Animated Series.
A sick and twisted combination. The symbiote offspring of Venom with the serial killer mentality of Cletus Cassidy make Carnage one of the deadliest villains of them all.
I love how his symbiote goes crazy. Like it just kind of, goes all wavy and squiggly like that. It's great. They captured that element in the movies. Look, isn't this scary?
Nice try!
Like if you saw this coming at you in real life.
Here I come!
His voice. I don't know if it's like over the top or if it's perfect. It's so good.
Venom couldn't stop me. What makes you think you can?
A lot of people like his voice from the animated series as well. That was a very good interpretation of it, too. His voice in the movie is horrible. Absolutely horrible. They went for like a deep Venom voice. And it's just, no, that's not Carnage. That's not Carnage. You should have just like used Woody Harrelson's actual voice. That would have been perfect. That would have been perfect for Carnage. But in the movie, he's like, I'm Carnage. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, that's not... Carnage is like... his voice is higher pitched. He's a maniac.
Nice try!
Exactly. Nice try.
The hideously grotesque, superpowered symbiote Doc Ock.
These symbiote characters are so crazy that you can tell the game's frame rate drops. Horrifying. First appearance exclusive to game. And they never brought him back.
It's not over yet.
It's not over yet. That's great. That's great. Yeah, wow. What was Carnage's first appearance?
A sick and twisted
261.
the symbiote offspring of Venom with the serial killer
261.
mentality of Cletus Cassidy make Carnage easily one of Spider-Man's
No, that's a
greatest
mistake.
foes of all time. Venom hates Spider-Man so much that he
That
will
is a
do
mistake.
almost anything to ruin his
Because it says $2.99 for Venom, which is right.
Brains, yum.
A sick and twisted
Oh shit, they made a
the
mistake.
symbiote offspring of Venom with the serial killer mentality
'Cause Venom
of
came
Cletus
before,
Cassidy make Carnage,
Carnage.
one of the deadliest villains of them all.
Carnage's first full appearance in The Amazing Spider-Man number 361, April 1992. Yeah, that should be a 3, not a 2.
An Avenger and an icon to people everywhere, Captain America is the definition of a true hero.
It's like the Avengers before the Avengers. Like, they had all these characters appear. And the movies, like, finally started doing that in, like, 2012. You know, they just made that Superman movie with Green Lantern and Hawkgirl and Mr. Terrific. Like, we still don't have a movie where Spider-Man, Punisher, and Daredevil show up together. Hell, we don't even have a movie where Spider-Man and Daredevil show up together. We still don't have a movie with a proper Venom, a proper Carnage. No, I don't count the Woody Harrelson Carnage. He was a great Cletus Cassidy, but his Carnage was horrible. And he was too big. Carnage is supposed to be, like, slender. You know, he's like the T-1000. He's like half the size of Venom, but twice as powerful. We still don't have a movie with Scorpion, but that'll be changed when Brand New Day comes out. We had a movie with Rhino, TASM 2, but like he's only in like a couple scenes. We had a movie with Lizard. I don't like the Lizard in TASM 1. I thought that design kind of sucked. There's no snout. Lizard needs a snout. Do we have a movie with Black Cat? No, we don't. Still waiting on her to make an appearance. We have a great Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2. Let's see. Human Torch they've done a few times. Fantastic Four from 2005. Fantastic Four from 2015, which I never saw. And they made a new one, First Steps, which I never saw. Let's see. We need another Mary Jane. I mean, I love Kirsten Dunst. I had the biggest crush on her growing up. But that version of the character is a cheater. She cheats on Harry when she does the upside down kiss. And then she cheats on Peter when she kisses Harry in Spider-Man 3. And she's all like, Peter, how could you kiss Gwen on stage? That was our kiss. Like, you were cheating on Harry when you had that kiss. You're no better. Mysterio, yeah, he was in Far From Home, played by Jake Gyllenhaal. Although it was more like an MCU-ized, if that makes sense. Marvel Cinematic Universe-ized Mysterio. I don't really like the Spider-Man from the MCU, to be honest. He's more like Iron Man light. Like, he just wears a suit that Iron Man gave him, and he has all these gadgets, and it's like, well, it kind of takes the fun out of it, you know? Like, Spider-Man should be Spider-Man. Like, yeah, he has some gadgets, but, like, he mostly uses his web shooters. And he has a cloth suit, or a spandex suit, or whatever. Like, he's not that technologically, like, advanced. I'm so sick of that stupid Iron Spider suit, the Stark suit, the various suits with like the AI voice built in. It's so stupid. It's not Spider-Man to me. Punisher, he's finally gonna show up with Spider-Man in a Brand New Day. Alright, so what we're gonna do, there's one more thing we can do. Well, there's a few things we can do. These are all the comics that we found. Wow. They were doing this back in the PlayStation 1 days. They're missing some. It's been 26 years, so they're missing quite a few. Yeah. Was this the night that Gwen Stacy died? They recreated this image in the animated series. Why is Fantastic Four fighting Spider-Man? Oh, that's great. I love that cover. A gang war erupts and Spider-Man and Black Cat get caught between Doc Ock and the Evil Owl. Who the fuck is the Evil Owl? Black Cat is left nearly killed and Spider-Man goes on to the final battle with Dr. Octopus. Number 76. Oh, that's great. Peter Parker, Spider-Man number 1. Reprint version B. Someone else has taken to wearing Spidey's costume but isn't doing a very good job. Oh yeah, they paid tribute to this with Ultimate Spider-Man 100 with all the faces in the background. And there's Vulture, number 2. Oh, so these are out of order. Wait, so Vulture was number 2? Okay, so he's in the game as a comic book cover, but like he's not like an in-game model. Imagine if they made a Spider-Man 3 for PS1. 252, first appearance of the symbiote costume. If I was the guy who created the symbiote costume, I would be so pissed. Because it was a contest. It was a fan contest. Like, fans submitted their designs to Marvel. They got paid like $50 or whatever. And then Marvel got to keep the costume. So I'd be so pissed. Like, they've been making money off this costume for decades. It's so, like, it's one of the, Spidey's most famous costumes. Damn, we're missing a lot. Replay value. The game covers. Man, these are so cool. They're so, like, what's the word? Like, I know nostalgic, but like I remember like seeing these for the first time as a 5-year-old and being like, wow, like I wouldn't be surprised if this game is the reason why I like drawing and why I like comic books. And why I even, why I like art. I had some comic books as a kid, but I wasn't like... I was more of a video game movie kid. This is hinting at the final boss, Monster Rock. That would fucking hurt. Oh my god. Scorpion's tail just strangling you like that. And look at all the detail. Like, Jonah's wearing a watch. He's got the tie. It's a little blurry because of the PS1 resolution, but you know, I'm sure like when they were drawing these covers, they were crystal clear, and then they put them in the game, and you know the game can only output to a low resolution. PS1 is what, like 240p? Those symbiotes look twisted. Those are twisted. They even have like little pupils. We never actually see them attacking the city. We only see them inside of buildings like the Daily Bugle or Warehouse 65. Damn, that's so awesome. They gotta bring this game back. They have to remake it. Do something with it. So awesome. Black Cat never fights Rhino, though. She gets impaled, which is kind of disturbing. This is like the artist's interpretation. And she doesn't quite look like that in the game. She's a little more covered in the game. Kind of like this design more, to be honest. Innocence at Omnitech. Although when you play that level, there are no civilians at Omnitech. The bank heist, so awesome. You got two choppers, one's going down. But that building looks exactly like the building in the game. And the colors and the fog and the light greenish blue sky. Oh my god, I love this game! It's so good. View the original storyboards. Oh, this is great. This is great stuff. Wow. So, like, an artist actually drew these. Look at that. And they look way more detailed than the PlayStation 1 models. He's stealing Octavius's device. My camera! I blew it again! That's a very Mark Bagley Venom. And then you see Doc Ock and Carnage and Shadow. What a weird combination. Doc Ock is a very smart guy. Like, he's not gonna work with Carnage. He's like the Joker. He's too unpredictable. Choppers. So cool. Scorpion attacks. Oh, they used the classic Scorpion outfit for this. Leave him alone, Chuckles. Daredevil. And that's like the McFarlane Spider-Man. Venom's threat. That Venom's very McFarlane. So cool. Like, Spider-Man looks angry. Like, again, going back to what I said about attitude. Rhino defeated. Okay, if Doc Ock used this device, his back would be crushed. Like, there was no support on his back. Carnage is the driver. Venom's challenge. Well, 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 what a wuss. Face off. Into the sewers. Spidey attacked. Venom defeated. Whoops. Flashback to intro. Okay, so they didn't actually do the flashback, they just did a little note. This stuff is very inspiring. Because anyone can do this if they put in the time, theoretically. It's not like making a movie where you need, like, producers and you need financial backers, actors, a crew. Editors, special effects, locations, cameras. You can just like get really good at drawing after a couple years of constant practice, and then you can do this. Yeah. Very cool. Are we gonna like surf the web? The imposter. But obviously when you're drawing comics, you're missing out on sound and visuals and the incredible special effects of cinema. I saw this interview where Frank Miller was, it was the Tim Ferriss Frank Miller interview. And Frank Miller was talking about how comic books cannot compete with cinema. Like, cinema is just the ultimate in terms of every art form coming together. And that's why everybody wants to be in cinema, Like, everybody, yeah, like, that's the final, like, goal for every artist, theoretically. And it's also, like, one of the most popular art forms because everybody goes to the movies. And he was saying comic books can't really compete, but the way they competed was they would make their stories a lot more grand than cinema. So they would have, like, end of the universe plot lines where a bad guy would threaten, like, the fabric of reality and, the entire universe, the entire galaxy, and you'd have, like, planets exploding and, things that would be way too expensive to translate to cinema. Oh wow, Carnage has the black textures in the storyboards. But I would argue that it's actually the more intimate stories that are more interesting. I think comic books can compete not by being as grand as possible, but by being more well written, because there's a lot of shit in cinema. There's a lot of crappy movies out there where they don't put any thought into the scripts. They just, it's not even that, I mean, it's just stock, like you see the same movie over and over and over again, just with a different skin. Alright, how does Monster Rock look in the storyboards? They gave him Doc Ock's goggles. Which he does have in the icon next to his, like in the meter. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, he does wear the goggles, like in that little picture of his face. That's funny, though. A symbiote with goggles. Yeah, I think they made the right decision not including the goggles. The finale. After all that, it was the symbiote that saved Doc. Black Cat's dancing with Johnny Storm. They even included the picture of the bikini model with the Mysterio bowl. That's great. Is that Lizard in the storyboard? I think it is. Lizard was not... We kind of left him in the jail cell in the game. I mean, I didn't in this particular Let's Play, but in the game, you find him locked in a jail cell. You never go back for him. That is Lizard, and he's wearing a convict suit. Scorpion's wearing his more like, the costume that he wore in the game, but in the other storyboard it was a more like classic costume that Scorpion was wearing. So I wonder if these storyboards were done at different times. Yeah, wow, Lizard was a big part in the original plan. You do fight him in the second game, actually, so he's not permanently trapped in the jail cell. Great stuff. You can even watch the cutscenes if you want. We have costumes here. This is Symbiote Spider-Man. We also have Scarlet Spider-Man. Ben Reilly's costume. This costume was first worn by Ben Reilly, who believed himself to be the real Spider-Man. This was my first time seeing this costume. Awesome. So cool. And this was Ben Reilly's second costume, I believe. Took the place of Parker once he believed he was a clone. Yeah, so Ben Reilly was a clone of Peter, and then he made this costume when he found out the truth, which is really cool. I love the spider, how it goes over his, like the legs go over his shoulders. I love both of these costumes. That's supposed to be a hoodie, but they didn't include the hood. Well, level select, yeah, this is convenient. Maybe if you want to review the game, you can go back and get footage. Cheats. So if you type in Stanley's name backwards, it should unlock everything. Maybe I'm thinking of the movie game. What's the cheat to unlock everything? Oh, it is eel gnats. But there's a space. Oh. So particular. Everything. What does it matter to you anyways? Everything. Okay, these are the other costumes that we missed. Spider-Man 2099. Awesome costume. Captain Universe. This was my first time seeing this costume. As well as 2099. Inflicts double damage, will not run out of web or take any damage. Wow, this is the perfect suit to wear. What's 2099's bonus? Attacks will inflict double the damage. Symbiote Spidey has unlimited webbing. That's great. So if you unlock the fire webbing... This is from the show, Spider-Man Unlimited. That's cool how they included that. And Reno Romano voiced Spider-Man in Spider-Man Unlimited. Press the L2 button while in game to toggle invisibility on or off. Will not work on bosses. So they're trying to balance it. There's a whole button that unlocks on your controller with this costume. Amazing Bagman can only hold a maximum of 2 web cartridges. So if you want to make the game harder, here you go. No special powers. No special powers. Can only hold a maximum of 2 web cartridges. Another costume that makes the game harder. It's like a combination of Peter Parker's normal clothes, and symbiote Spidey. 2 web cartridges. They should have done like other things like, oh, you can only web swing once, or oh, you can only use manual targeting mode or something. That would have been very difficult though. I don't even know if that would have been possible. Damn, so cool. I like this one. I like the Ben Reilly suit. I like Scarlet Spidey. Can't go wrong with the classic. My personal favorite is probably this one, though. I love the white spider. There's also training levels, although I'm not going to record those. Records. Time attack, survival mode, speed training, target practice, item collection. It has its own in-game leaderboards. Alright, well, that was Spider-Man 2000. I hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. It was a lot of fun, except for the turret level, which for some reason was incredibly difficult and required me to take a break and come back after sleeping, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below. I love reading comments. Love responding to them. And I'll see you when I see you.